I'm going to talk you through the teacher training planner. So I've got in front of me one that is a 24-week planner, so that I can show you exactly how the sections are laid out for those who are not sure whether they should be getting a full teacher planner or whether they should just get a normal teacher training planner. So if we open up the teacher training planner, it's the same 8 designs as you can get our normal teacher planners in, but they come in a soft back rather than a hard back. So they don't have the inside pocket to keep your notebook in, but the notebooks are still usable and matching with these designs. So the first page of the teacher training planner is the teaching standards, and you've got a handy little box at the side just to tick off anything, and then some space next to each standard as well to put any dates in or any places to find evidence for your standards. And then our first page is your personal profile page, and this is where you can put your goals for the year. I would try and make these things not teacher standards based, because you've got your professional development pages for that, so it might be some things to do with your well-being or organisational things for yourself for this placement. You've also got a useful username and password tracker that you can find in our full teacher planners as well. So when you're going to your schools, you can keep track of all the different subscriptions that they have that you can use. You then have space for school information, so you've got a space for an overview of the school day, and then space for some key information about school, so who your mentor is, who the DSLs are. You've got space down here for your contextual information, because you often need that for the beginning of your essays about that placement. You've then got your school placement targets page, so you've got 3 targets that you can put in, and then here you can record which standard it is that you're covering and anything you've done towards that standard. So it might be some training that you've been on, or some training that school has provided for you, but it might be some things that you've done yourself, or evidence of things that you've done outside of your teaching practice. You've also got on the other side space for a mid-year or mid-placement progress review, and then some more space for evidencing your standards. You've then got the useful finds, your useful teacher finds. So when you're on placement, everybody tells you so many useful things that you should have a look at. So you've got space for apps, websites, blogs, books, and then on the page you've got a space for social media accounts and podcasts as well that you might get recommended to you. And then you've got some groups pages, so there's so many ways that you can use these. So they come with 6 lists on them for each page, but you can use them for school trips, for ability grouping, or organisation. Lots of people use them just for to-do lists. But you've got 1, 2, 3 of those pages before we turn to the intervention plans. So you've got 1 double page of intervention plans. So these are really handy for if you're setting up an intervention in your class, whether you're following an intervention in your class, or especially if you've got a case study that you need to do about certain children or a certain group of children for your placement. You can keep track of those children in here. You've then got some people focus pages. So again, you might put in some focus children, or you might track your whole class during your placement. It might be a particular thing that you're tracking. It might be maths or English, whatever it is, that you can track that. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. That's 44 spaces, or 44 children. You've then got double page calendar spreads, just like the normal teacher planner. So this is the only thing in this planner that makes it 2020 to 2021. So if you wanted to use it before August this year, these are the only pages that you wouldn't be able to use. But these are perfect for our planner stickers and for planning out your whole school year. So that goes from August 2020 to July 2021. We're then into our planning section. So you've got a seating plan, and you've got a timetable. And then I turn over and you've got your placement planner. So you've got a nice big space for all your ideas, and then some really useful lists for things that you need to do for this placement. So every block of 8 weeks of planning starts with that. So it starts with the seating plan, then timetable, your placement planner, and then your medium term planning. So this is a really handy one for if you're setting out with your mentor which lessons you're going to teach over your 8-week block. So then after that you have 8 weeks of daily planning. So there's 6 lessons per day, but you can easily split these up if you need any more lessons. And then really crucially, your reflection and next steps for that day. So if you've been teaching that day or you've had an observation that day, reflecting on how that's gone. If you're just observing lessons rather than teaching lessons, these are also really handy boxes for recording those observations. So you have 8 weeks of that planning. If you get an 8-week planner, you'd get that, and then your planner would finish. But if you get a 16 or a 24-week planner, after the 8 weeks of planning, you'd have a notes page, and then it would go to that again. So you'd have a timetable, a placements planner, and then your medium-term plan, and then it'd go into another block of 8 weeks until you got to another block of 8 weeks. And again, you'd have a note page, a timetable, big ideas plan, medium-term plan, and then another block of 8 weeks. So our teacher training planners don't come with the assessment pages that you'd get in the back of a teacher planner, but our marking, feedback and assessment books are really handy for trainee teachers, and you'd get 20 of those in one of those.